So talk to me a little bit about how you find good quality talent and how you get them like trained up. Because that's kind of the hard part, right? It's like, okay, I get it. I kind of have an idea what I need to have done, but how do I find somebody? And then how do I get them to the place where they're capable in their role?
Yeah, so I'm obviously biased. I hired from FreeUp when I was building FreeUp. We got all the internal VAs from FreeUp, and now I'm a client of FreeUp, which is a little bit weird. But we're partners with them. I refer them. There's lots of places you can go and find VAs, but they're pre-vetting, and the turnover protection and all that goes a long way. When you're talking about training, there's two main mistakes that I see people make. The first is not valuing their time at the highest possible level, the business owner's time. So what I see a lot of is from day one, you do one-on-one training. And then at the end of, let's say, the week or the 5 days, whatever it is, the VA is doing an okay job. And you're kind of stuck because you're like, all right, do I give them another week? And then I'm 2 weeks in. And then do I give them another week after that? Or do I just start over? And that's a week that I'll never get back. And you can always make more money, but you can never get your time back. So a much better way is to come up with an SOP, and it could be a rough draft of an SOP. My 50-page SOP started somewhere. It was very small, and I eventually made it bigger. But you give it to the VA, and you could give them an hour, you could give them a day. I would give them like a week to read my 50-page SOP. And during that week, I'm paying them because I believe paying for their time. And I'm there to support them. I'm there to answer their questions. So is my team. And at the end of the week, I'm going to test them. And one of two things is going to happen. If they get 80% of it, great. I'll invest my one-on-one time in getting them that last 20%. If they get 30% of it, I'm going to be nice to them. I'm going to pay them for their time, and I'm going to part ways, and I'm going to get someone else. And yeah, it cost me a little bit of money, not that much money, but it didn't waste any of my time. And my time as the entrepreneur is the most important thing in my business. Now, the second thing is actually building those really good SOPs. And I'm pretty pumped. We're launching this SOP building software in the next 30 days that I think is going to be a game changer. But the average person, they understand the middle part of the SOP, right? Like the steps, the 1, the 2, the 3, A, B, C, but they forget the top and the bottom. And the top of my SOPs, I spend a lot of time on the why I started this business, who we're trying to serve, how this task actually impacts the bigger picture. So I'm not just giving them a task and getting it back and giving them another task. They understand it. I'll even go into past hires and why they worked out and why they didn't work out. When I hired my bookkeeper from FreeUp, who's a rock star, I had fired 3 bookkeepers before him. And I didn't mention them by name, but I said, hey, here's what happened with the last 3 bookkeepers. This is what I'm looking for you. So before he even got started with the steps, he understood the why of my business, the why of the task, and what success and what failure looks like. Then he goes through the steps. And then I have my important reminders, my do not do list for any reason, because a lot of entrepreneurs, they'll hide the important stuff in like step 10, part B, like just hidden in there. So for the person monitoring my inbox, hey, if my accountant emails me, if my lawyer emails me, don't respond to those emails, leave them for me. So all those important reminders at the bottom. And if you structure your SOPs with those 3 parts, a lot of people that struggle with SOPs will quickly have a lot more success.
Powerful insight. Yeah, you start with why and then give them the detail, right? And that kind of really helps with getting them to understand and to embrace it.
Exactly.